My body doesn't do what I want it to do. So I know some people can cut out alcohol and lose a stone, or they can, I don't know, skip breakfast or do some juicing and they can lose weight. But I never really in my whole life had a sustainable weight loss where I understood what was happening with my body and I worked with it. I've never experienced that. Saw my GP and actually he'd heard of the Elipse Balloon, so that was promising. And he said that it looks like it's very low risk, which was also promising. And I had this procedure done during one of the lockdowns, so it was quite important that I didn't take any unnecessary risks. So I wanted something that was non-surgical and that didn't require sedation, because the more time you spend in a hospital, it's just not a great idea at the moment. But in terms of dress sizes, I've gone from a 14 to probably a large 8, which is really, really significant in terms of well-being and how I feel. I was craving wearing a dress, and I've got nowhere to wear a dress at the moment. We're not going out, but I tried it on and it fits, and that's a dream come true in itself. I'd also had issues with my legs and high boots, so boots that had fitted before just suddenly last year didn't fit, and I thought, well, I must have gained muscle, but that's not true because they fit now. So there's obviously fat just storing itself wherever it could in the body. The more fit you get and the more healthy you look, you just want to continue that. You don't want to, you don't really want to fall off the wagon, and then you start to enjoy it. I can't explain how much I've learned from this support team. They've been so amazing and they've taught me so much that I'm seeing each day as a day that you can't get back, because each day with this balloon is so precious and you've got to make a difference. You've got to get active every day, you've got to eat well, and then you want to eat well, because when you get up in the morning and I can see the outlines of a six-pack, which I haven't seen for years, it's really then you don't want to have a treat, because why would you? I look at it visually, the portion sizes, so that I can visualize, is that the right size for me? And then I just pay attention as I'm eating, make sure that I stop when I'm full. But most of the time with the small portions, I can tolerate the small portions. And that means I'm not relying on a balloon to forcibly tell me whether I'm full or not. I don't have that uncomfortable feeling, which is really, really good. It's such a good idea to have a procedure that you don't need the sedation for. You're in and out within 20 minutes. I drove myself home. I went to London, which was about 100 miles, and then I drove myself home straight after. And yeah, the first couple of days were rough, they were rocky, but the support team had prepared me for that, and they said, you will feel like you want to remove the balloon, don't, because that's very rare that you get a true intolerance. And so I just rode it out, and in a couple of days I was fine. You've got the other side of it where most people during lockdown have gained weight because we are all eating more, because we're being a bit more lazy. And again, we're not being active, we're not going outside necessarily when it's cold, especially. We're not in the gym. So it's more difficult to keep a steady weight, I think, during lockdown. So I think it's been twofold. It's definitely been a consideration, and it feels like the right time to have done this. And it's also, you don't get sucked into office snacks because there is no office and therefore no snacks. And you can control more what you're doing, and that then prepares you for life outside lockdown when there will be more temptations, but you've had that time to prepare. So I think actually it was the perfect time to have it done.